Yo, everybody, what is up? It is your boy Trey here. Happy Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, whatever the fuck today is. I honestly don't know. Um, Today's Wednesday. Happy Wednesday. Um, I'll get my days together eventually. It just feels like it's a Monday to me for some odd reason, whatever. But happy Wednesday, happy hump day. Wow, my voice sounds really deep right now. Ooh, it's pretty strange to me, but I mean, that's fine. Um, so, mm, so, well, I guess I just got to deal with it right now. Anyways, goodness gracious, this just shows you that like this journey is just it's full of surprises every day. Because honestly, I woke up this morning, I'm not really feeling that well, so which is kind of why I'm out of whack. I'm not feeling that great right now, but I'm doing the video, so I mean, hey. And I honestly thought today was Monday, but it's not. It's Wednesday, so I need to get my stuff together because the week is honestly almost over. It went by way quicker than expected. I didn't even go to my first class today because of how I was feeling, or how I still am feeling. So bear with me for this video. So basically, I wanted to talk about toxic masculinity and what it means to be a man per se, versus how people see it. Because even how I look now, like and how I sound and how I present myself to the outside world, sometimes those people who know that I'm trans still say things that basically discredit my gender identity. So of course I identify as male, black man of trans experience. You hear me say that a lot. That's who I am, and we live in a world where women are still fighting for their rights. Women of color are fighting for their rights because white women and black women and Latina women don't seem to be fighting together, but white women are fighting for certain things and women of color are fighting for everyone. So, shit, we need to get our things together here and work together. But there's this thing where guys, cis men, and a lot of trans men as well, y'all can't go nowhere, my dudes, because some of y'all are really toxic with masculine, like with your masculinity, and trying to be super hyper masculine when you don't need to be. But I can also understand that depending on where you live, or where you're from, you may feel like you need to present yourself in a certain manner instead of just being who you are, and just being who you are. Because I can personally say I'm not hyper masculine at all, and I still embrace my femininity, whatever I still have of it. I call myself a gay boy sometimes because of some things that I may say or may do, and I'm comfortable with that. I know what I like, who I like. I know all of that. So if anyone was trying to tell me different, I'm like, you can't tell me nothing I don't know about myself. So yeah, but there's this image that we have in our minds of what a man is supposed to be, and young men and boys, young trans men, young trans boys try and follow this model that we see, and it's not exactly one that encompasses and respects everyone. We leave out respecting, well, hypermasculinity leaves out respecting everyone except the bros. So actually, I saw this post on Instagram, and I want to actually like give a list of what it actually was talking about, because it was talking about toxic masculinity. So, give me 1 second. There. Alright, so toxic masculinity is like a list of bullet points. It's only like a couple, so I'm just reading them off. Emotional detachment. So boys can't cry, or if boys cry, they're crying like a girl. Things like that, which is insane, because you should be able to cry if you need to, or you should be able to be emotional or be able to talk about your feelings without feeling like someone's going to call you out or tell you that you're feminine or whatever, because emotions are somehow related with femininity. That's ridiculous. But anger is completely fine for a man, right? Right. Hyper competitiveness, having to win everything, and if you lose, you're a soy loser. Why? I don't know. I guess men are supposed to be super athletic, buff, and always in the gym and just always doing something stupid. Aggression, like I was saying earlier, um, caring about oneself, honestly, and being rude. You don't need to be rude to be a man. You don't need to be pushing somebody over or just I. You don't need to be aggressive to be a dude. You don't. There are a lot of guys out there who are men who are very kind, very very kind, and not aggressive people at all. Intimidation. I don't need to explain that one. Violence. I also don't need to explain that one. Sexual objectification and sexually predatory. I don't think I need to explain those either. So, with those of you out there who are hypermasculine, I feel like y'all need to check yourself before you wreck yourself, because honestly, there is no need to be hypermasculine. Just be you. You don't need to be hurting people or being a predator on women or treating women like they ain't shit, because they are the shit. Okay, your mama birthed you. That's where you came from. If you didn't come from your mom, you came from somebody, and shit. Be respectful. Like, I personally feel like in this day and age, it being 2017, and there are still accounts of rape and abusive relationships that involve a man or male-identified human beating a woman or hitting a female-identified human. That's a problem, and it's always been a problem. But I feel like we live in a society where talking about these things is sort of like a taboo when it shouldn't be. Men, those of you who call yourselves men, keep your hands down, calm yourselves down. You don't need to be mad all the time. You don't need to be angry. You don't need to raise your hand to nobody, and you sure as hell don't need to be proving yourself to nobody out here other than yourself. And that goes for women as well. However you identify, just be you, and don't worry about what society is telling you to be, because at the end of the day, society ain't paying bills. And in order to get a job, you have to have a certain type of everything. So, I mean, in order to live, you gotta have a certain type of everything. So, I mean, I understand code switching, like with being in different environments. Like, I completely understand that. But at the same time, toxic masculinity, hyper masculinity, calm down, because it's not safe for nobody. Not even the person that's Mr. Macho or whatever. It's not ideal. But I mean, y'all gonna do what you want to do anyways. I'm just trying to shed some light on it. And those of you who are telling people that they're not a man because they like pink, they're not a man because they're not super buff, that they don't like working out, that they don't like bugs, that they don't like anything gross. If you are telling someone that they aren't a man or that they're not a woman, you need to reevaluate yourself, because you're not in a position to judge anyone based off of how they are or who they are as people. Even if you birthed them, you are not in that position to tell someone what they should be doing or who they should be. You need to live your life and let them live theirs. But I mean, no one should be able to tell you how to live your life or how to present yourself, because at the end of the day, that person has to look at themselves in the mirror. There's a mirror back there. This little rectangle thing. You have to look at yourself in the mirror at the end of the day, and you have to be you and be okay with who you are at the end of the day. So if you're just listening to someone tell you what to do or who to be, excuse me, that's a problem. So you heard it. You heard it from Trey. Okay, you heard it from Trey. But yep, sorry for the long video. I'm just dishing out long videos to y'all nowadays, but I mean, it's the truth. So if someone said like your hands, well, if someone said as a trans guy, if someone was like, well, you're not buff enough to be a man, I'd probably look at them like they were stupid, because you don't have to be buff to be considered a man. That's ridiculous. Because the orange Cheeto puff in the White House, he's considered to be a man because he has money. So, and he's white. And he ain't nowhere near buff, my boy. So, you might want to check that before you hurt yourself with how you're trying to define what it means to be a man who can and cannot be one. So, for those of you out there who are trying to put a stamp on people, yourself, look in the mirror and reevaluate who you are as an individual, because you don't really have the right to judge anyone. So, on that note, I'm gonna let y'all go because this is a long video, and I apologize. I've just had a lot to say lately. So if you've watched the entire thing of this video, I appreciate you. If you didn't make this far, that's fine. I probably wouldn't watch myself talk this long either, but that's just my attention span and stuff. So, oh well. But I love you all. I hope you all have a great Wednesday, and I will see you all soon. So, peace.